Good morning. So, I have great news. I finally got my smartwatch in. It took long enough and a couple retries. Again, sorry about the focus, but I shot this as soon as I got it. Here's the watch itself. Great to see it coming in, looking good. Nice glossy screen. I finally got the right watch band in. You can see it's kind of a cream colored with some black on it. Looks really clean and slick. Assembly on this watch, really kind of easy. You just got to orient the band properly, and then you can line it up, and it goes on super nicely like that. And you can see it's great on my wrist because it's not going to be too big, but it's going to go around super easily. Ooh, maybe I say that and I'm fumbling with it, but let's pull it across here. See if I can get that to feed through the opening in the band, which is kind of a neat way on these sport bands for everything to go. All right, there we go. Kind of not perfect on the back side, but it goes in. Orients itself pretty cleanly on the top here. So when you want to do your sensor reading, you got that right there. Nice smooth screen on the front. Can't wait to get to using it. In all seriousness, though, this is part 2, and this is the closest I've come to getting my smartwatch at this moment, because once again, Samsung doesn't seem to know how to run a digital store or be a retailer. I'm not knocking the hardware. I haven't experienced it, but from everything I've seen, it should be a top line watch. I've got Samsung TVs, I've had Samsung phones, never had any real issues with the hardware itself. Customer service is a different story. So at the end of part 1, I told you that I was a little nervous that I was going to get my money back based on how they had handled the return online. To recap, I didn't do the refund myself because I had gotten a free gift for the pre-order on the item. I wanted to keep that, which was a Duo charger. And so I contacted support, who was going to return the smartwatch and the incorrect band. I ordered a advanced sport band that has black and white two-tone colors and 2 of the little metal pieces that go through the watch, just to hold it better on my wrist. That is not the band I received. This is Samsung's fault, not my fault. So I contacted support, said, okay, my order now shows as refunded. Please create the return so that I can get my money back because I've already placed this new order at your request. So the guy goes in there, processes the return, and says, you'll get an email. I already got the email, and I'm reading the email, and it shows that only the watch is being returned. I said, okay, that's only going to net me $170 after taxes applied, so how am I going to get the rest of my money back? And they said, don't worry about it. Once we receive your item, we'll go ahead and refund whatever is in the box. And I'm like, okay, but I had a free gift, yada, yada, yada. Okay, whatever. This is what you're telling me. I'll give it a shot. So I shipped the items back. And that's kind of where the last video ended. I'd also written on my RMA authorization. Now, I had no belief that this would actually be utilized, read, or anything, because it just has a barcode so they can scan it in, which will track it to me in the system. So I wrote my new order number. I told them what I was returning and what I was supposed to get back. Now, again, I expected them to ignore that because warehouse first service, so not on them. Anyway, I did end up getting the refund for just the watch face, not the band. Exactly what my fear was. So I contacted support again and said, okay, this is what's going on. I pre-typed out all this nice information, gave them my chat reference logs from all my other interactions, told them exactly what was going on. Person comes back, says, okay, what will happen is when your new order ships, we will give you a price match and everything will be taken care of. I'm thinking, right, okay, so when the new item ships, you'll give me my refund. Now, I can kind of understand this because I have worked retail before, and I understand that their concern at this point is that if they release all the money to me, I could cancel my new order and end up getting the Duo charger for free. Whoop-de-flip-and-do, it's a $50 item. Okay, whatever, I get it. Makes sense at the moment. However, it was already October 1st at the time that I was chatting with them because I just got my refund. My order was supposed to arrive on October 1st, and I amended the previous video before it went up, basically calling out that, the new item, it ain't coming on the 1st. The site had updated that it was delayed, and then it came back and said, hey, guess what? We don't even have an ETA for you, so there's no idea that when it's going to be coming. So awesome, that's fantastic. Loving that. So later that night, or early Saturday morning, I was feeling really kind of nervous and a little miffed at all this, obviously. So I reached out to support again just to confirm this. And this time I'd gone through returns once, I'd gone through order issues once. This time I went back to returns and gave them all my information, said they were telling me to do this price match, and I was just concerned about this. And I wanted to chat about my return window because there was no ETA on the new item shipping anymore, and this was an open ticket, and I didn't want this to be suspended indefinitely or indiscriminately resolved or closed, screwing me out of my price match. And the person was gone for about 5 minutes, came back fairly apologetic, said, you have to return the entire original order. And I said, okay, so Samsung messes up, I have to give back the pre-order gift. Even though I want the watch, even though I didn't make the mistake, I have to return every single item that I ordered in order to get my money back. Yes, was essentially his reply. Okay, I can at least respect you being honest, which is honestly what I felt was necessary. Query though, what about the watch band that you have, which I didn't get my money back for? Person at least opened a support ticket with their back-end receiving office, so I guess they're going to track my order down again and make sure that there was a band in the box or something. Seems a little bit crazy, but okay. I would have assumed they would have scanned everything back into inventory and already known that it was back, but okay. We went back and forth a few times, and I was pretty, not mean to this person because it wasn't on them, but I was pretty pissed off, especially at Samsung, for the way this has been handled. And in the end, I'm like, okay, I need my money back. This is going to go here. He's going to open this ticket. He said he would personally follow up with me on Tuesday or Wednesday of the following week after the research into the back office, and he would send me an email about all the details and so on and so forth. Now, what I liked about that was the fact that this person was taking a little bit of ownership for what was happening, and that really changed everything because the other folks were like, oh, we don't seem to care. We just want to get you out of our chat queue because we're trying to meet some metrics. Now, this could be because I reached out late overnight and there wasn't a queue of 40, 50 people waiting in chat for additional support. I waited in line for about 10 seconds before I got to this person. So it could be that A, reaching out overnight got me better support because they weren't rushed off their feet, or B, I just happened to get somebody who actually cares about their job to take ownership. Now, about 5 minutes after the chat, I did get an email with a recap of the support ticket being sent to the back group. That's good to know. But at that point, I was kind of frankly done. So I submitted a cancellation request for the new order, saying, you know what, just screw this, I'm done. I will go buy this from Amazon, somewhere else, to not have to deal with Samsung anymore because your return policies, your system, it's just ridiculous and I'm fed up with it. So screw this. And I won't even buy the watch for a while. I'll just let everything settle, and you know what? Maybe then something else will be in the pipeline and I'll just wait again. So no big deal. That was going to be how this ended. I went and played some video games for a little while, came back to my email before going to bed, and saw that Samsung said, we've denied your cancellation request because your product is already in transit. Going, okay, that's nice. Go into my order, still says no ETA. As of today, it still says no ETA. However, I'm receiving emails from FedEx saying your product's going to be delivered tomorrow. Now, I'm not going to complain if my order actually shows up and is actually correct tomorrow when it arrives. Now, again, this video, I'm not sure exactly when it's going to go up, but tomorrow for me, when it supposedly shows up, if it's correct, then okay, maybe I will actually be happy and okay with the watch, but I'm still cheesed off at the way everything's handled. It's just insane that this big of a company has no idea logistically where their components are, how to properly stage and ship an order, how to handle a return mistake, how to handle an error in shipping their order on their fault. All they had to do was just grab a stupid watch band off a shelf, slap a shipping label on it to me, even regular shipping, because I'm close enough to where a lot of these things are coming that it's next day. So just put a regular FedEx ground label on it, and I'll have the correct watch band the next day. Give me a return label. I'll send you the bad one back. All of this could have been resolved in 2-3 days without having to mess with orders, mess with refunds. Everybody would have been happy. Instead, no. I originally made all this and kind of set up the stupid gag because I was expecting to have canceled the order and not had a smartwatch, and that was my update. But between starting the filming of this, actually recording the first few seconds of it, or not seconds, but yeah, the first few minutes of it, and then getting to the end, I've amended it because they've actually shipped my order. So interesting. If it actually shows up tomorrow, I'll be happy. And if it's actually correct, well, hey, then I will have a smartwatch. I'll start running some tests on it. I'll do some content around it. And then we get to follow up with however my refund happens, because I have 2 options open to me. I did order through, I believe, PayPal. So I do have some protections through PayPal. And I put it on my American Express. And I'm pretty sure American Express has my back on this, because I can go in, dispute the charges, and say, you know what, screw you guys. I know I have some options open to me. So if they don't get this right, I will be initiating that process through my credit card and through PayPal to kind of double whammy it on them, because I want my money back. This is stupid. But if I do happen to get everything back, then I will be very pleased with the person at Samsung who took some ownership, gave me the honest truth, as dumb or as bad as it was, and hopefully got me taken care of. So I will do a follow-up again. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.